Hi, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Immortal War. As you can see, we are a few players short today, but we're going to keep on trucking on, and I feel like today is going to be an interesting episode for sure. So, when we all left off, you guys had all gotten together and left the Sleepy Shiba Inn, and we're going to go looking for Saito, who had been kidnapped by ninjas, as you do. I mean, who hasn't had their best friends kidnapped by ninjas before?
Twice.
Yeah.
And as you guys are walking along, it's early-ish in the morning. It's a little later than you guys probably would have liked to have started your day, about 10, because Kochiki took like 2 hours powdering their nose.
Necessary hours. 2 necessary hours.
But that being said, you guys are all underway. And you're noticing some things. It is the day after the start of the summer festival, and there's almost nobody on the streets. Before, the streets of the imperial capital had been awash in people, tides of them that moved in and out with the flows of commerce and life. But the streets are nearly empty. Save for the occasional group of soldiers marching to and fro, and not at a steady pace, but they're rushing about. But don't seem to have noticed you. And Daniel died.
Uh-oh.
The soldiers got Daniel.
All along.
Welcome back. Man, Discord's been a little fucky today.
Was that just me or was that everyone?
That
That was just you.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just like,
I was about to send you a strongly worded direct message.
Did you hear everything, or did we like cut out before you dropped?
right when it dropped is when it cut out. You're good.
Okay. So yeah, something else you've
Drop it,
noticed
Daniel.
is it's cool outside. It's dark outside. It's stormy outside. And it hadn't been 5 minutes ago. It had been a nice, sunny summer day, not a cloud in the sky. And now not only is it overcast, but in the back you hear the deep rumble of thunder in the distance, and you see the crackle of lightning as it jumps from one cloud to another, and the soft patter of a thin rain begin.
This is obviously your guys' fault, right? All this nonsense that you were doing while I was having tea?
I would say no, but it is inconclusive.
I don't like this. Gives me chills.
Storm.
And it's getting all my nice clothes damp.
And you also notice that there are several lightning bolts that create louder thunder due to the closeness, and all of them seem to be focused around the Imperial Palace. Not directly striking it, but striking around it, like the storm swirls around it.
So is Kochiki thinking like maybe he needs to talk to his contacts?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Occasionally you see people looking out the window, but very quickly dipping their heads back in when you or a squadron of soldiers or Seiki Saigumi come by.
Also, I just have a quick question. I know that it's just us three, like, physically here, but is the rest of the party also here that
Yes.
live in that NPC
You
line?
also have Izumi, Hiroki, and the NPCs, and you're being led by Boba in the disguised form of the magistrate.
Yeah, I'll walk over.
Right. That's why
So
people
I'd
aren't
walk over to
bothering
you
us.
guys. I'm assuming we're all huddled up for plot reasons, and I just come over. Sorry, I had to get away from Hiroki. Smells like wet dog.
Oh, but that's a great scent. Dogs are loyal, are they not?
Yes. Dogs also eat their own shit occasionally.
Oh, I'm certain that someone of politics has no such inclinations. Says with a
Never.
stupid smile, while also being like, bitch. Yeah, and Boba's looking around, and something you would notice, Masahiro, is this is not a natural storm. It was called here.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Boba looks like.
The
Okay, I
magistrate.
remember now. I remember now. It's the magistrate. Okay. And
Yep.
Kochiki still thinks that that's the magistrate. Kochiki doesn't know.
And
Yep.
she's looking around from
Working
beneath
magistrate.
that tiger menpo. And is like, something's wrong.
Yes, I feel the same. This does not look like a natural storm.
Shouldn't you be protecting your palace? I gesture to the lightning bolts, like all around the.
And she turns to say something to you, and then you hear like a whistle. Then when you look over, it's an Ashigaru who's like, "Stop! But magistrate!" and rushes over, soaked wet, kept dry only from the hat that they're wearing. Bows deeply to the magistrate. Is like, "Magistrate, are you collecting the last of the citizenry? Take them back inside. Those are our orders." The magistrate just looks as like, "I was on assignment beforehand. What's happened?" And you can tell this guy's been crying. And like
Crying. Jesus.
shudders and says, "Magistrate, the Emperor is dead."
Oh,
Oh.
the child emperor.
Yes.
Oh, metal. Let's
Some
go.
and
Great tragedy.
this poor soldier is like breathing heavily. You can see their breastplate moving with it. Like some foul thing. Someone murdered the Emperor.
Oh my god.
What did you mean
my
by
God.
foul thing?
I don't know. I'm not from the palace, but to break into the palace during this holy time of year and strike down one chosen by the kami, this is unforgivable.
This is unthinkable. This is disgusting. I'll have you know, you have everything at my disposal. Trying to whatever I can offer from the
And
Sun Clan.
they just don't seem to be giving you much mind, but are like, "Magistrate, escort these citizens back to their homes. The city is on lockdown until further notice by order of the commission."
Has the Shogun made a statement?
And they just look up at the sky and are like, "This is statement enough, I feel."
Yeah. Saro's just remaining quiet. This is his nephew.
In the back
Long-
of Kochiki's mind, he's like, "What have these what have these idiots done? What have they done? What have they done?"
We done nothing.
And then the soldier tries to put on a stern figure and just says, "Long live the Shogun.
Long live the Shogun.
Long live the
Long
Shogun.
live the Empire."
Long live the Empire.
And then starts running back and like going to buildings and making this announcement. And you can see like when people hear this announcement, those who hadn't already heard, they break down crying hearing this or look terrified.
Yeah, Masahiro, his head's down and he's very, very obviously crying.
As soon as that soldier walks away, Kochiki would turn to Hiroki and just, "You don't think it was when the tea we saw the? I mean, it couldn't be, right?"
Hiroki just looks like stunned. He's like,
I, ju-
what do we do now?"
but I would say we report it, but then also If it was, and we didn't advise, and then this, we saw nothing, Hiroki. We saw nothing.
And what did you see?
And I pull out a bottle of my sake. um, well, oh yeah, I don't think I did tell you guys, did I? Well, while you guys were off, I kind of huddle us up so I'm not saying this super loud to the world. Well, while you guys were doing a dark magic or whatever, Hiroki and I
Did
were
you
having
say that out
tea.
loud in front of the
No, the soldier left. And so like
no
I huddled us
The
up. I'm like,
magistrate?
oh,
Your dark
ooh,
and she
I
just
forget
like
that we have a magistrate.
And you,
go on. Granted, this is
uh-huh.
Bulba who's having to pretend.
Yeah.
Oh, I goofed. I just take another swig of my sake. Fuck it. Well, me and Hiroki were having tea like civilized folk, as we're having as well as good of a time as you can have with Hiroki. We were we noticed a figure of shadow creep across the ceiling of the. We. It didn't seem. Maybe.
Kochiki, you've been drinking again.
Yes.
If you,
Yes,
but
that's
you
what it
haven't been
is. That's
drinking
exactly what
enough.
it is. We've just been drinking.
Perhaps you should have a little of this curative. And I hand him the little bottle of laudanum that I took from that place.
Yes, of course. I definitely should be. And I just down that
Oh,
shit.
This,
it is awful. It is disgusting. It's less of a liquid and more of like a slime and ichor that slides down your throat and burns. But the
What
burn
the hell?
quickly fades away into numbness. Because laudanum, for those who don't know, is one of the most potent opiates ever made in human history.
You just drugged him.
yes, I did.
So, Kochiki, you are now basically under the effects of
Yeesh.
an extreme painkiller.
Yeah, he needs
Hey,
to shut up. So I drugged him.
honestly,
And here's
I've
a
been drinking
question.
so much.
Have you ever been someone to participate in opium? Because opium is a popular drug in the Empire.
I would say, hmm, Kochiki. So I think Kochiki's done it on a very rare occasion, mostly to impress, like if he's with someone of like a similar stature or higher who's doing it, he's not going to be the guy that doesn't do it, because he needs to stay within their graces. So
He's
I
got
think
to be
he's
the
done it
cool
a
guy.
handful of times, but it's definitely not something that he's done regularly.
Well, there's always probably been this itch ever since you've done it
Yeah,
because opium
yeah,
is incredibly,
insanely
incredibly
addictive.
addictive.
And I think that's part of why he drinks so much then too, is like it's the closest he could get without
And this is a better opium high than you've had from opium.
You know what? I think we're fine. Forget what I said, guys. You know what? Honestly, and I just look at the magistrate. I'm a drunk. You shouldn't take anything that I say seriously.
And from under the Kabuto and Menpo, Bulba kind of glances to Masahira and then nods a thanks to Nagashita.
Thank God I don't have to pretend to have to deal with this.
And then goes, we can't just go back. There's too many important things going on. We need to split up.
Yeah,
The
this
fewer of us
pain's
there are in
so
one
good.
place, the less likely we are to be caught.
I just got
Hiroki,
my hands out.
Izumi, and I will go one way. Shion, Suguru, and Fukuro will go another. And that will leave you three to go
Oh
another.
God, we got the drunk. No.
I know exactly where to go. We need to
Where-
ask a certain someone about, well, this cold weather. I give Masahiro a pointed look.
It's like 1,000 kisses all over my body.
Please, if you have a way to cover up this drunkard, giving you a cutting look, Nagashita, like, I know what you do. I don't believe that they will be very useful for stealth.
I can make it much better for us. Yes.
Good. We will go to... 3 of us will go to the commission house. Fukuro, you and the others, you try and make your way to that shrine. See if Saito managed to escape. He would have hid there. And Fukuro nods behind the blank mask they wear. Well, not blank, it's in the shape of an owl's face. And they start heading off. Fukuro, Shion, and Suguru slipping off into a back alleyway.
As we head off, I need to put a cloak of night on this dude.
You do? Because he's like... Whew. Also, you feel really sluggish and tired. Because that's another thing is... when people took laudanum, a lot of what they did was, well, it's just like people who take opium in opium dens. When you're on an opiate, one of the things you just want to do is kind of
Nod off.
just lay there, because, I mean, it's a depressant.
Guys, I was thinking, like, sure, we could go look for your friends, or it's a nice bathhouse back there. We could all just
I gotta turn you
hang
up.
out. We could just hang out, you know what I mean?
Oh, and by the way, every business that you see, closed. They have there are soldiers who are tacking up signs that says all businesses closed until further notice by order of the shogun. Or, well, by order of the commission.
Yeah, it'd be best if I cloak all of us. Hooray for Cloak of Night.
Oh yeah.
You guys look strong. You
Should be my
help?
senpai.
You wanna help me? And then I just like fall forward onto one of your chests. Like,
Probably Masahira's.
Oh god.
Masahira, how are you holding up?
He's been silent because he's just been like, I mean, technically it was family, but it's also still the emperor, a little child that he had just met, and so he is probably like catches Kochiki and like weirdly pulls him into a hug.
Oh,
so strong.
Strong, not strong at all.
The hero of the village. The savior.
Now, do we know where the Winter Witch is?
you assume that she had stayed back at the Sleepy Shiba because she did not go with all of you.
Okay.
I feel like I should hit you with a fire sword to clear your fatigue and hopefully make you better.
Or at least punish him for his bad behavior.
Oh, it would do
Role
no
playing's my
damage.
favorite. You want to give Go Cheeky drugs? Go for it.
You're
That's
still a
fun for
little
me.
quiet, Garza, by the way.
Huh?
You're still just a little bit quiet.
Oh darn. Ah.
That's better.
Yeah, my mic has been whack.
Alrighty.
I'm at your disposal. Whatever the Sun Clan can offer you. And I point to is it Nagashita?
Yeah.
Yes.
Masahira, should we go confront the Ice Witch directly, or perhaps have a talk with her boss? boss, or at least the person she's visiting in this city?
I don't think she really has a boss. We
True.
should, but I also do not think it is the same thing from that night.
I really hope it isn't. Weather would suggest otherwise, but you know,
This
magic.
weather is more reminiscent of the void than anything.
All right.
This weather is shit.
Like the void in my heart.
It's very shit. And then there's one of those things where lightning strikes close by and the boom rattles everything around.
Mm-hmm. Back to the sleepy Sheba.
So sleepy.
Time
So
to hustle.
Well, Sleepy Sheba, or somewhere else? Because where is she located? The Ice Witch.
We think she stayed back at the sleepy Sheba.
Yeah, she was there when you guys left.
Oh, okay. She was there. Oh, never mind. I thought she was.
Because she was like, I don't want to get involved with this, and I'm waiting to hear back from my little spy.
Yeah. Okay, we'll head back there.
Okay.
We don't really need invisibility then, do we? We're headed back to where
Well,
we're technically supposed to legally be.
He'll be happy we saved him some
Embarrassment.
embarrassment. Yes.
All right. Well, you guys do that. You cloak up in the cloak of night, moving through the shadows. And you're getting... It's not too far to get back, but it's a lot of the same as you make your way there, that everyone is depressed. You hear whispers of people talking in buildings as you slip past, or the words of soldiers as guards move by. And everyone is stunned and horrified by what's happened. And the question on everyone's mind is, what happens now? The Emperor had no blood relatives. The close blood relatives, Daniel. You're like 26th removed.
Still means it's possible.
But weirdly enough, he did have an heir. It's like, wait, what?
Thing is, no, everyone goes, no, this dynasty is dead. Which means, what's going to happen now? And some of the soldiers are saying that the imperial families are trying to force the shogun into a referendum, claiming that the shogun couldn't protect the emperor. Why should the shogun be in charge?
Ooh. I think Ochiki should be in charge.
But you
That's
do
a
hear
terrible
that there's kind of a back and forth between people already, of some people agreeing and believing that someone else should take charge, whether it be someone from one of the imperial families, whether it be a military police state until this can all be figured out.
It's retribution for the Gas Clan.
Some people are saying that this is like divine punishment for that, while others are saying, no, the shogun should be in charge. The shogun was already in charge. The emperor was 11. Why should the shogun be punished for someone else's failing, your bad behavior, basically? Yeah, you guys eventually make it back to the little alleyway that takes you to the Sleepy Sheba Inn. And it's not too pretty much as soon as you guys walk through the Shuji into the building, you see Dalyada is there. And Kochiki, you never saw the demon before, but she's just sitting there, doing one of those side-sitting, leg over the other, sexy lady sits and watching you guys as she comes in. And then these claw-like fingers reach around her shoulders. The demon leans back over her with this bony face covered in pale, veiny skin with a mouth, no nose, not even the shape of a nose, or eyes, not even the shape of eye sockets, or ears. And this emaciated body that you can see is these bat-like wings coming off its back as it leans from back around her and looks at you, Kochiki, or you think it looks at you, since, again, it has no
This is
eyes,
some strong ass drugs.
and just looks at you
Yep.
and smiles.
What
And
the
it says,
fuck?
"We taste your sins."
What did you give me? You motherfucker! And I grabbed Nagashita by the chest. What did you give me? I tried to make myself throw up.
That's not the drink, you imbecile. That is what got called last night.
My little friend, yes. You are all back relatively soon. Well, 3 of you.
Emperor is dead.
Interestingly enough.
We just want to confirm it was not an act of that demon at your side.
We punish sin. We feed of it, but we are not sinners.
Just loving Garza's face.
Um,
And yes, it
You
does
know-
speak with at least 3 different voices that you can make out.
you know what, guys? You just want to take me to my room? I'll just take a little sleep. I think maybe this isn't my thing. And I'm a sin. I don't even know what sin is. So you can just get me out of here. I don't. Oh fuck! I'm so tired, and I just fall down against the wall, just sitting there.
I'll guide him to a couch, or at least a sitting space.
Yeah, you guide them to a space, and
Just plop
just in
down
the back
crisscross
of your
applesauce.
mind, as you're doing all this stuff, basically falling asleep, trying to ignore this thing, you just hear in your mind this sorry, I need to think for a sec what it would say exactly. But yeah.
This is nothing.
Yes, sleep. Dream of the one who you work for.
I don't like magic.
9, 10, never sleep again.
Freddy.
And when you look back at Dayada, Masahira, she's petting this thing on the top of its head, and it looks like it does not like it. Like, it is the whole thing of the barely chained demon that wants to break free,
Yeah.
and she's just loving the power she has over this thing.
I'm in a state of torture right now where
Oh,
I don't want to sleep because of that shit, but I can't help but keep falling asleep. Just
do you know the sinner that killed the emperor?
Are you asking her or the demon?
I think he asked the demon.
And you see that it clambers back, and this thing wasn't hiding behind her, it was in her shadow.
Yeah.
And it's clawing its way out of the shadow and then walking along the ground on all fours as its head twists around upside down to be facing you right side up, staring at you with those it doesn't have lips even, there's just the teeth as it just stares up in your direction and is like,
No, but we know who called for it. We know who wrote your note.
Could you say that without the?
yeah, we know who wrote your note, we know who called for this.
Oh, okay.
That may be a better answer than who did it physically.
And the two of you in your mind, as you approach it, there's just this frantic voice from it as it says,
Save us. Release us. We will do anything. Release us from our torment.
Confliction. To save a demon or not.
You can say it a demon. What's wrong with you? First, tell us what we need to know.
Well,
What
it's
we
saying that
asked
in our
of you.
minds. It's not saying that out loud.
Oh,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically trying to do it
It's
without getting in trouble.
Yeah, it's like, please rescue us from the dice switch. She's patting our heads.
you know, when a demon's frightened, it's a problem.
True. And this thing seems terrified of her, probably because she knows its true name. Which is a thing in Japanese culture, so you guys would know this.
Mhm.
Knowing a spirit's true name gives you complete control over it.
I mean, we saw her use it.
Mhm.
Not out loud, but
Oh, you heard her speak it, but in a language so foul that it hurt your ears to even hear.
yeah.
Its name is Rebecca.
But
Oh
do
my
it.
god, Becca.
But is it really the right thing to do to rescue
Becky
a
with the good hair.
demon? Man,
Well, the question is if the question isn't if it's the right thing to do. The question is if we could even defeat the ice witch
To do
to
it.
save the demon in the first place. Which I don't know if we can, because she teleported us just for funsies.
it's not impossible.
True. Hey, I've got a bow and I don't know how to use it.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah, you ask it to tell you who.
Yes.
Hyosho Sancho, the commissioner of the Seiki Saigumi. They have used the samurai, they have used the police to make a deal with the imperial families. Weaken the shogun, kill the emperor, place him on the throne as their puppet.
Okay, I kind of heard that. Commissioner.
Commissioner?
Is it too much? Because I don't have to.
It's a little too much.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think it's really awesome. It's hard to follow though.
So
Said
the
the
commissioner
commissioner-
is killing the emperor, and then they're gonna put the commissioner as.
In charge.
And
He's
then they
working
will-
with the imperial families in order to. Hold on. What was that, Peanut Gallery?
We can still hear you.
Don't
I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
I understood it perfectly fine. You guys just need to have your ears cleaned.
Well, there you go. The audience has it.
Wow.
Listen here, you little shits.
Yes, he said the Hyosho Sancho is working with the imperial families, or at least one of them, in order to make the shogun look like a bitch and get himself placed as the emperor, in which case he will act as basically their political puppet.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Hmm.
And that he's been
Koshiki,
using...
Now that's something I can understand. And then he goes back to weeping.
And he's using the Seiki Saigumi, so the samurai police force, as well as elements of the military in order to do it.
So he's going behind the shogun's back.
Mm-hmm.
But that means we'd have to report it to the shogun, which would mean we have to tell the shogun we helped ice switch summon a demon.
We still have the note, which could perhaps be investigated.
This is out of character because we're still right in front of an ice switch. We don't want to say that.
True, true. And the other question, who cursed Azumi.
Who cursed Zumi?
The same ones. The Imperial family cursed her. She knows too much.
Ill.
Wait,
So
the
sick.
Imperial family?
The same one that's been working with Kyosho Sancho.
And which family is this? Do you know?
The Nintai family. The ones with the shinobi, the spies, the assassins.
What family was it?
The
Mitai?
Shintai.
Nintai.
Okay,
Nintai.
so it wasn't Nagashita's family, right?
No. No. The
Okay.
Nintai are one of the 3 imperial families of the court.
Okay. I was like, hi Nagashita, how are you doing today?
Wait,
Yeah,
the commissioner, is that creepy guy?
No, it's not
No.
Creepy Guy. It's the
Oh,
guy
thank
that you
goodness.
guys met. Here, I have the show thing to players.
the creepy guy's my homie.
Where is...
Well, we don't know that yet.
thought I had a picture.
I mean, you make friends with that. I make friends with Ice Witch. We have problems
I
all
make
around,
friends
don't
with
we?
Fire.
Ah,
Oh
You
no,
guys
he's
met...
not hot.
Shogun
You guys-
Pennyworth.
You guys went to the one... You guys went to basically the police station, and he was there. When you first started working with the magistrate.
Yeah, that's right.
Ugh. I wish I wasn't so damn gone so I could appreciate how juicy this is.
So-
Like,
As you say that, this thing, like, clambers a couple steps towards you. And you don't know how, but its whole jaw seems to crack up into a smile, since it has no lips with which to smile. And it just says,
We see something juicy too.
So you're saying
you.
the commissioner wrote the note?
and Daliata actually speaks up as she, like, snaps her finger, and this thing, like, and, like, falls back towards her and, like, cowers behind her. And she's like, yes, or at least, what is expression? Dictated, not read.
I think we should go see the commissioner.
I think we should go see the Shogun.
Do you think
We
it
should
is
get away from
wise
the
to
demon.
speak to a conspirator who has already put their plans in motion?
Exactly.
There's a lot of redness in Masahira's face, and not just from crying, as he probably matches eyes with hers. Like, I was not intending to speak.
Ooh.
And she smiles, and she goes, Little fire bringer, would you like help with this?
I just
No.
want to get it straight. Are you gonna attack the commissioner?
This is Nagashita is right. This is justice that should be dealt according to however the Shogun would deal.
Oh fuck.
Ah, fuck! I'm gonna have to go in front of the Shogun like this.
We would like help. We would like help. You should help. Hey.
No, we are.
Hmm?
At this
No?
point, it should be left in the Shogun's hands. We have the note. We will let him deal out this justice that is necessary.
If
I
I may
agree
be
with
so
that more.
bold, little fire bringer, your shogun could not protect this small boy from his own people. Do you believe that your shogun is strong enough to do what he must? Or are they just an old war dog that is getting long in the tooth?
It would
Would you
not
not
be.
would you not want someone? And she just smiles and tries to like reach out towards you to do the little pet the chin thing, be like,
Nope.
would you not want someone more motivated to aid you?
It is not my position to question the abilities of the Shogun. I am to follow his order and guidance at all times.
Uh,
Samurai duty!
How quaint. Do you agree with him, Mr. Nogoshita, was it? You have always struck me as one more mindful of this world.
I am mindful, however, I do believe the Shogun knowing is at least a good start. By the time he gets things in motion, we could have made things easier afterwards.
Easier for me?
Perhaps. Depends on who gets there first, you or the Shogun.
And she gives you a long, long look, trying to. She's basically, to put it out there, she's basically trying to say, hey, what if you guys worked for me?
Oh no, Masahiro knows.
Yeah, he's not trying to work for her. He's just trying to get rid of the commissioner. he, he's planning on using her if he has to.
Very well. I see that you will not be swayed. Go be heroes. For real this time, not like your little demon fiasco before. Forgive me, Oni.
I do not do this to be a hero. I do it because it is what is right.
I'm doing it for the glory. Oh,
And she just
Alright.
motions to Kochiki and just says, everyone has a price.
hell yeah. That, at least I know, is definitely true.
And would your empire not be stronger if it had everything that Revshnaya could give it?
We should get him somewhere where he can rest. He is under a strong influence of whatever Nagashita gave him.
Yeah, have you guys seen the demon?
A simple opium cocktail. He will be fine eventually. We should get him into bed though before he falls asleep and hurts himself.
Nah, we'll bring him with us because he's a player character, so we need him with us.
True.
Yeah, just splash some water on my face, hit me with some adrenaline, let's get popping.
Revshinya, not Revshnaya. Revshinya.
We greatly appreciate the help you have given us thus far. At this point, we will try to leave matters in the Shogun's hands.
Go. Small minded people from small places do not see the things in front of them.
Just curious. What would there be in store for us if we helped you out?
Come, let us go.
Let's
What,
go.
shouldn't we just explore all of our options?
Like, start lifting you from the couch as best I can.
You would be helping the next Ice Queen.
And what are those
Unfortunately, we work for the Emperor, whoever that will be next.
And the Shogun.
Noted.
I like cities. As they like calling me out. I like to rule them. Hit me up, Ice Queen.
Jesus.
And as you look behind you as you close the door, she's still just sitting where she had been left with the demon cowering beneath the chair, smiling
Me.
the whole time.
I think that went well, guys.
No thanks to you.
Oh, look,
You're trying to make a deal when we're trying to get out of having to make one.
we're leaving negotiations before we even know what all of our offers are.
We
What kind of
cannot trust her.
negotiation is that?
She did just basically admit that she wants to commit a coup in her country while there's a coup going on in your country so that she can smash them together and control them both.
A
Mhm.
cuckoo.
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 It's
The
the
cuckoo.
This is quite the cuckoo clock that she is set in motion.
I
Well,
wasn't
now we
gonna
have.
do anything. I was just curious, guys. That's all.
You're going to take over the empire of God.
I
Oh my
never get to be in
God.
these cool conversations. My dad always makes me just fucking run stupid errands like, oh, the villagers need more wood. Go fucking negotiate with the village next door. Make sure we have more wood coming in. We'll trade them sheep. Like, fuck, man. Like, she was trying to talk about taking over empires. That's so sick. Isn't that cool? I never get to be in those.
Now, she was talking about taking over the Empire herself.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to us afterwards?
We'd be lapdogs, but we'd be
Yes.
well fed and well homed lapdogs.
I believe we
Did
would.
that
Damn, that's
demon-
actually a good line.
Did that demon look to be well fed? Did he sound well homed?
That's magic. You know what I mean?
An argument could be made that that's how she handles things that she's afraid of, and she's not afraid of you. So what would she do to you?
Yeah.
Just give me a small Russian village with like 300 people and I'm fine.
Yes, yes, and you'll name it Otisburg.
You'll name it Stalingrad. It'll never matter in history.
Oh.
Ow.
Get wrecked.
No, wait, we're renaming it. We're renaming it to Vodka Grad. No,
I
it was
just assume that
Volgograd. They renamed
I'm
it.
between you two, by the way, just like a toddler that's getting like swung by the hands by their parents.
Pretty
Mhm.
much.
And you guys, I assume, are all veiled up again.
Yeah. Because we got to move through the streets.
And there are several moments where you have to come to a dead stop, especially the closer you get to the palace, because it is thick with guards.
2 C's.
Oh yeah, like the
Yeah.
dummy thick number of guards.
Come on. You. Ow.
The guards
He's
are
going
dummy
to
thick and they're
use
alerting
some
themselves.
And that is actually something you notice, depending on how closely you watch them, is there's already a bit of factionalism starting up. Some of the guards are eyeing one another and getting into some pretty heated arguments about politics.
Oh dear.
Are we going to be able to easily get in through the front?
That's a good question.
And if
Yeah.
not, do I happen to know of a secret entrance?
That's actually what I was going to say is you can't get in through the front. It's lousy not only with guards, but with Onmyoji, who could easily see through this magic,
Yeah.
who are putting prayer seals up everywhere so that nothing magical can get in or out.
Mhm.
But you do know a service entrance that Mr. Creepy used.
Okay,
It
guys.
just happens to go down to Mr. Creepy's workshop.
Okay, guys. Look. I'm gonna show you something.
Can't tell.
Don't ask
Don't
me
tell
shit.
Mom!
Okay, just a little something that you learn in the business of diplomacy.
Oh,
Just stay behind me and don't say a word. And then I like fall back a little bit. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And I will lead them to this entrance.
It's basically like what we would call like a servant's entrance to a palace.
Yeah.
It's around one of the sides, but it goes down a corridor, unfurnished, unlit, and at the end of it is a long, crude elevator system. It's essentially a wooden platform with raised walls that's on a pulley system.
Please don't tell me this leads to the the Emperor's secret stash of sake.
No.
It also
It's
only
much
goes
worse.
down.
Let's go. Yeah, just no, it's much worse. Let's go, guys.
And you would know, you would remember how to operate it from watching Mr. Creepy do it. Is there's basically a lever that you pull down and it'll go down. You push the other way, it'll go up. But it can only go down from ground level.
Oh, hold your breath. And Prey's not here. And then I push the lever down.
Pray, who's not here?
As we're just.
And yeah, you guys are going down. You're going down, and then as Nagashita says, "Pray, who's not here?" Yeah, you do hear. Yes, who's not here?
Fuck. Hi. I missed you.
And you turn around, and yep, there's Mr. Creepy, click clacking their overly long fingernails together.
You know what? I saw a demon today.
Demon, yes. And like pinches you by the cheek, by either cheek.
I'm just ruining Nagashita's whole day.
It's like,
The
oh
opposite
my
of sneaky.
good little
This is-
little puppy,
This is
doing
Kochiki's
exactly what I would
day
want.
off. Yep.
A demon,
Mhm.
yes. And why are you three on my totally not secret elevator to totally not secret places that no one should know about?
I still know nothing. And we are here with news for the Shogun that he will definitely want to know.
They
And
don't
I'll hold out the note.
Save me. No.
The Shogun is in a rage. I'm afraid they won't. Oh, a note. Taking it.
Oh, a
and
note.
cocking their head far too off to one side, unfurling it, and then adjusting it so that they can actually read it from the angle they've put their head at. And then still as a statue. And they go,
Magnificent. Isn't it?
interesting. Do you know who wrote it? Awful penmanship. Despicable, really.
The commissioner.
Which one? There's 5.
The guy with the top knot and the 2 swords and the wakash.
Yeah.
Do you know how little that narrows it down in this city?
I
They
give the
trust
name.
me.
Yeah, I give the
They
name.
trust me.
Yosho Sanjo. Or Sanjo.
Yoso Sanjo. And he's working with one of the royal houses. House
Does
Nintai.
Ninsai.
That's
I
my
knew-
house.
I knew it. Someone owes me so much money when all of this is over. I'll just have to
Right.
remember who later. There are more important things now, like preserving the glory of our empire. Come. I will help you.
Am I forgiven? Also, do you know
They
any
step
magic?
back. They step back and balance on one leg and are like, and
Also,
then, are
Just a
you
Chamberlain.
forgiven?
do you know any magic to? I've been heavily drugged.
Yes, I know the perfect thing. They teach you this day one at magic school. Observe, and he just backhands you.
Wake the fuck up!
And then he goes, "Wake up, samurai. We have a city to save."
God damn it. There's the clip. There's the clip for tonight.
Clip it.
Oh, if you thought that's bad, I know that your mother takes it a lot worse.
Oh.
If I had honor, I would. I don't have honor.
Yes, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, then we would all have a wonderful time, wouldn't we? Now let's get back on realistic things, shoving you off to the side and looking to the other two. I'm willing to help you. On a condition.
And that condition?
Who is it that you're working for that should be dead? See, the Shogun was distracted earlier this morning when one of our most loyal shinobi came in with a note, or a part of a note. Suspicious that they did not bring the whole thing, but I digress. They came in with a note that said, "For in the memory of my clan, the Grass Clan."
I don't think Masahiro ever knew.
I think everyone but Kochiki knows the secret.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
can
Masahiro
point,
knew
I'll
it.
let me know.
Masahiro, I think, was there because it was something that Ima was aware of.
I think I was out of the room.
Were you? Fuck.
No, I think that's funny.
Nakashita
Like,
would know.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
The grass
But-
clan lives. I thought
At
every
least
blade
one.
was trimmed.
Oh, but grass is so stubborn. You have to keep trimming, or else it just keeps coming back.
grass can't survive winter.
A head tilt. That sounds decidedly ominous and double meaning. Do you hear that car? Teasing.
A car. Oh shit! The modern world
Someone
has
has a
caught up
small
to it so
penis
fast.
out there. Why else would they want to go ahead and make the exhaust on their car much like their small wang and cut it a little low?
All of a sudden the car
Man,
just
if
comes
only
through
they
the
could
bedroom
break
wall.
the fourth wall.
What did you say?
I do like the fourth. It is you should keep the fourth wall of. Do you hear that car?
Yeah,
And we're all
we'll
just like,
keep that
what?
part.
We're
Never
like, what?
Never mind. The more important things, at least one of you must know. You all seem so bothersomely connected. Clenching their fists in a way where, like, you can tell that their nails are probably digging into their hands.
Yeah, these are the closest.
I hate not knowing things.
Oh, then you'll probably want to know what demon he saw, or at least who brought it into this land.
Lifts a finger, and you can see that there is a bit of crimson on it, the nails having dug too deeply into the skin of their hands in frustration. Goes, yes, my little pet, tell me all about the demon.
It was summoned by An ice witch who has come to town.
Ah, switch coming to town.
And it's eerie for an eerie person, the way they pause and just an ice witch.
Yes. By the name of Dalija Shatoshka.
The demon eats heads.
No, the demon eats sins.
Sin eaters. Not a demon that is native to these places. But I've heard of them. Dreadful
Well,
things.
it seems dreadful, and she seems to have it on a short leash.
I would expect nothing less of some witch. They may not tell you this in what little they tell you of outside lands, but the magics beyond the Empire are fascinating and dangerous. Demonology is quite common amongst those who wish for power. But of course, being the perfect servant of the Empire that I am, I will devise a way to finish this. Perhaps I will use my new invention and prove its worth to our beleaguered shogun. Speaking of, and at about this time, everything comes to a halt. All of the motion ceases in the elevator as you reach the bottom floor, this sub-basement deep beneath the castle. It's cold, it's damp. And they start just skipping down the hallway with the click and clack of their clog-like sandals. And not even turning around to check if you're going. Bending completely backwards at an unnatural angle. Looks back at the three of you and is like, well, she didn't freeze your legs, did she? I can't fix that. Come along. I think you
Ow.
two would love what I've made.
I'll follow.
This is my
It's
friend.
so creepy.
Remember when you asked me who I wish wasn't here?
Yeah.
Now hold me. That magic was bullshit. My face just hurts. Like,
That means the painkiller's wearing off.
Well, I don't want to hear it. Yeah,
I meekly make my way forward.
Mr. Creepy leads you down numerous different hallways that twist and turn down confusing corridors. Definitely built in such a way that unless you knew where you were going, you would become hopelessly lost. Before you arrive into what appears to be a main chamber, an amphitheater of sorts. And on the other end, there is a staircase that seems to go up. But you are on a raised platform, and down below is almost like an arena. And in the center, there is a figure in the stereotypical samurai position, resting like this, with what appears to be two halves of a mask clasped behind their back. And Mr. Creepy dances into position, twisting and contorting their fingers as you see those purple lines like puppet strings start to emerge. And like, I give you the Clockwork Soldier. And they move and stick into different parts of this thing as it jerks, pulls itself up to a stand. And you see now that it is a figure in full samurai armor. It reaches and jerkily draws its katana, holding it in a standard position. And this broken voice, like someone being forced to speak, just says, "For the Shogun."
This is a strange contraption.
Fuck.
Only one at a time?
only one per Onyoji. And this is the only one I have at the moment. Someone was supposed to bring me more Bushi who had committed great sins against the Empire, who could be made to repent. Do you not recognize this one, courtly ones? Oh, it's the mask. Let me... Twisting a few fingers as the figure reaches up and pulls off its face mask. And you've probably heard of this person, but never met them. It is the former daimyo of the Grass Clan. Kept on the edge of life by our magics, fully aware of what's happening, allowing us to take of their knowledge of the martial arts to help us. And made to repent through their service, however long that may be.
Repent
He is just now
for
realizing what his job is actually, and he's like, "Oh my god!" We just gave him a lead for another potential sinner.
For repent for turning against this empire. The Grass Clan so openly spoke out against our shogun. And I'm sure the shogun would say that they did not mean to kill the Grass Clan, or they did not wish to. But the problem with rebellion is that it's always started by the well-intentioned. But then the ambitious learn of these intentions and think, why not me? So it was that rather than let the garden of deceit and distrust grow, the shogun burned down to the grass. And before you ask, no, they are unaware of my little pet project. I was going to reveal this at their birthday. It would have made a beautiful, beautiful gift.
This is unnatural and unholy. Masahira's saying very quiet.
To cut the root before the tree.
so
can
now you
grow.
have another
Genius.
family full of potential next projects.
Yes.
And the
make
commissioner, of course.
They will make wonderful soldiers, assuming that the shogun does not merely cut them into bloody ribbons. But wouldn't that be such a waste of resources? Come, my little pet. It's time for walkies.
Walking.
They start contorting their fingers. So the thing jerkily strides forward, and you can hear not having a good time. This is someone kept at that very, very edge between life and death, aware of what's going on, but having no control over themselves.
Huh.
And this was my thought originally when I asked you my question about your grassy friend. That hidden grassy knoll, one might say. Wouldn't it be beautiful to reunite father and son under one purpose? But we have bigger whales to fry. I always liked whales. I came from a little whaling village, you know. It's not on any map anymore. It hasn't for a very long time. But that's beside the point. Come, why is everyone looking so dour?
Kochiki is just like amazed. He's impressed by this power.
Do I need to make a good dance before everyone's satisfied? I could do that.
Can you?
I could.
Look at Kochiki like, really?
Let us continue on.
I like to think that like it just goes from like Masahiro, who just looks like totally like devastated and disgusted, to Nagashita, who's like somewhat indifferent, but like, and then to Kochiki, who's just completely enthralled and like,
Horror.
so this is power. Like,
Oh God.
just like the wide spectrum of emotion among these three
Kochiki
players.
becomes a Namnyoji.
I don't want to know how that happens.
Power.
How do you wind up that weird?
I mean, it's not much of a difference.
It's all theatrics. For
Kochiki
the puppet
begins praying
master.
tonight. Like,
Theatrics and contortionists.
And you see the Onmyoji leading this Magu Kenki, this clockwork soldier, this puppet soldier, up the stairs, and following behind it with just those pinkish purple strands of magic leading back to their fingertips. And I come along. I can't see past this thing. I don't know where I'm going.
yes, yeah. I follow behind, and I'm just like asking so many questions. Like, so must you always be this close to it when you use it? Can you use it from range? Are you able to do this to another Omnioji? Ooh, could you Omnioji an Omnioji that's doing the
I'll
puppet work?
follow quietly.
See, that's the beautiful thing of my magics. As long as I can see it, I can control it, and that includes my neophytes.
So you can do this from range.
And through another. Why do you think that there is only one Grand Onmyoji? The others might as well be body bags that I can use. Don't tell them I said that. They might get a little upset, and then I'm out a few servants.
Can anyone become an Omnioji?
With the right training.
Interesting.
Damn, I thought you were going to be like, is there a way to learn this power? Not from a samurai.
I'm just, the Kochiki is just a man obsessed with power, and so far he's watched one magic user control a demon, and another magic user control a whole living soul.
Why don't I have magic?
This
now
is bullshit.
Kochiki's thinking, how does someone learn magic? Like,
Learning magic's one thing. You just volunteered to be a body bag.
Kochiki volunteered to be a dog before we came here.
True.
A well-fed and well-housed dog is still such a good
Yeah.
line. Yeah, you guys go up several flights of stairs. A bit cumbersome letting this thing go before you. Having to take these jerky steps with legs that the person can't feel anymore, but can only watch in horror as they're made to walk again. Before you reach the top, and you're in one of the main foyers of the palace. People looking on in shock and horror and confusion at this thing as it steps forward. And then the Onmyoji looks to the three of you and is like, the Shogun is probably in one of their meditation rooms at the top level of the palace. Or they might be in the Emperor's room, the Emperor's chambers, much the same. Go.
You won't be accompanying us?
Oh, that's the thing. All of these courtiers are Nitai. I'd like to give my pet a demonstration.
Oh, Nintai. I was like, what is Nintai? Oh, yeah, the family.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah,
And
I leave.
Things are about to happen down here.
We gonna leave and then go upstairs.
Taking a few steps back, especially as this thing draws its katana. And it's just like, for the Shogun, I obey.
Oh, that's so dark. I love it. Kochiki's just like the last one behind you guys, just like watching like as far as he can until he's like dragged away.
You probably do get to see the first, like, it goes after one of the, like, bodyguards of one of these people who is clearly looks to be a well-trained samurai. And although the motions are jerky, this thing fights exactly like Kochiki. Motions that are both fluid and acrobatic, yet just vicious, as this person draws their katana, and this soldier leans back, kicks them in the sword arm to knock their sword away, then whips around with theirs and just lops off this samurai's head effortlessly.
Holy shit.
And then in the same step, swings the sword forward and is going to cut down this courtier before you're forced to follow after the others. But you guys can hear the screams.
I've got to learn that. That's crazy.
Let's just say, depending on how you guys took this campaign, that thing was going to be a boss fight.
Jesus.
And it was going to be horrible because I was going to make Mira be there to fight it.
I forced us
Papa.
on the evil road.
Technically,
Papa!
it's undead.
I took us down an evil path. I feel so good about it.
You were told to make more of these.
Hey, you know, I did my part. I brought my homies. They brought the letter, giving him a lead on his next undead soldier.
We
Yeah, you were
just
going to
worked
be
for the
bringing.
PPEG.
You
I
were going
was
to
supposed to
Bushi,
bring Hiroki, right?
Hiroki, and anyone else who was a Bushi that you believed was against the Empire, and your brother was going to make their weapons before he went. Dear brother, this is a little fucked up. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Kochiki's just like pussy. like, bitch.
that needs to be a channel emote. It's just Hank Hill, bitch. Yeah, you
Yeah, no,
guys.
I don't know if multi-classic's a thing in this game, but I'm gonna learn about it.
It is.
Kochiki is intrigued. Aaron is intrigued.
Well, this
beautiful.
Onmyoji stuff is completely homebrew.
Oh no, for sure. But just magic in general. This is crazy.
You guys ascend the stairs. It's a long way towards the top. And we cut away for just a second towards the top, and it's the Shogun at the Emperor's bedside, kneeling in prayer. And we see from their point of view, the room is dark. The room was dark, but lit by candles. But from their perspective, there is no light, and it's only the Shogun in this spot as we hear thousands upon thousands of whispers, and then little strings like spiderweb of blood that seem to draw out from them, holding them in place. And then eyes, pairs of eyes that just move in, unrelenting as the whispers get louder, accusations whispered as a karmic debt weighing upon them. Trembling, barely able to hold themselves together by all of it as they're wrapped in place by this web of blood of their own making. The souls of everyone they've ever been forced to kill or made to kill or did of their own volition. A karmic debt upon them. And then someone speaks. And at first, the Shogun reaches towards their blade. And then we hear, again, Father? And the Shogun stops and blinks and looks back. And it's what was it called?
Greasy?
No, it's no. Hey, how'd I get you? Fuck me! It's back in fantasy land again. Oh shit! You're having a moment. I'm out.
Greasy.
See ya.
He said, "Hey, that's all I heard."
Sashihira Ei.
Oh.
And she gently lays a hand on her adoptive father's shoulder to steady him. And he just looks somewhere between broken and dead, and an burning fury that no man could muster. The fury of a protector who's been made to watch as their charge breaks apart around them. And the Shogun just gives the faintest of nods to acknowledge her presence. Says, you would be better off not being here, having to live through all this. And he shakes his head and is like, Until the body is gone, it is my duty to protect him. I failed in that before. I will not again. She gives a small, sad sigh and gently squeezes his shoulder and says, I will be outside if you need me. Thank you. And she just parts ways. The camera stays focused on him as we see her leave and the sliding of the door. And we cut back to you guys coming towards the tops of the stairs as you see Sashahira leaving this room, though you're stopped at the top of the stairs by numerous magistrates who all either hold out hands to stop you or reach for their weapons, including the magistrate
Huh.
is like, what are you three doing here?
So, you-
Yeah, I'll just take my cat for a walk.
now, it looks like Kochiki is about to mention something to them about them being with us, and if anyone doesn't stop him, then he's going to.
We
We
must
have
speak with the
urgent.
show. Oh,
We
go
have
ahead.
urgent message for the Shogun.
Sashahira speaks up and says, if you've a message for the Shogun, you've a message for me. And steps forward, and to describe her again, she's wearing imperial colored armor, black with violet coloring. She's a tall woman of rather not super sturdy, but rather built frame, with short, cropped black hair, piercing violet eyes, just like the Shogun's, and wearing a tengu mask that hangs off the side of her head.
Now, I'm assuming that she probably gives off a different aura, a different vibe than the magistrate that I saw earlier, or is it?
Oh, the
Or
magistrate?
yeah.
Oh, definitely. Like, she looks like she could, like... The other magistrate looked a bit more like someone who wasn't sure what's going on, but there was just a military confidence exuding off of this magistrate. Like, I am a soldier. That is all that I am.
Kokichiki's just looking at them with just like this dumbfound
We
look,
just
like,
left you.
"Did you say
Wait a minute.
pervy magistrate? My
Did
body."
you say pervy magistrate out loud?
No, he's just like, this is all in
Okay.
his brain as he's just looking at them like,
Yeah, Sashahira steps forward. In fact, I could just show you her picture. She looks a little bit older than the picture would show.
okay,
Oh, there she goes.
And she does have
okay.
a daikyu, so one of those huge 6-foot tall bows on her back.
Damn, son.
Cat.
And just approaches you and says, I recognize you two, but not you. Looking with these piercing eyes at you, Kochiki.
Oh, please forgive me, and I give them a deep bow. At this point, I feel like between the slap, watching people get murdered, I'm probably still goofed, but I think I've gathered myself a little bit
Yeah,
more.
your mellow's been harshed.
Yeah.
Has Kochiki
I-
been around much violence before?
Has Kichiku been the
but
victim
no,
of much
like
violence before?
I genuinely think like the whole thing, not to get into this huge like Kochiki's life story, but I just think Kochiki, like he said earlier, I think his whole life he was just kind of like this errand boy, and his dad was the daimyo, but he always kind of saw him as like this bastard son who he didn't really respect or
Yeah,
fuck
because
with.
you
So he'd
weren't
always
you
send me on
were with a
bullshit.
mistress, not
Yeah.
his actual consort. You were just one of the children with one of his mistresses, which
Yeah,
was a thing that samurai had a lot of.
and so it's like he was saying earlier, like he was always sent on bullshit. He never actually got to be around like real cool stuff. Like when he like the little diplomatic things he did is he'd settle like small like disputes between local people. He's never really seen anything dope or cool. And so like he's witnessing murders, he's met a demon, he's been in conversations about overtaking the empire. Like he's like having this is Kochiki's like dream. Like this is amazing.
You're like,
Um
Kochiki, you never saw the light leave someone's eyes as they die before, but you just did with that one samurai.
Yeah,
who
this
got
is like
his head
5
cut off.
minutes ago. His heart is still like goo, 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 goo.
Like
He's
the other,
"Imagine
like
magic."
Masahira, Nagashita, you killed those bandits. So and those were probably not the first people that the two of you had ever killed.
Yeah.
Because
But,
even in peace, the Empire has always been a very dangerous place.
But yeah, so Kochiki gives him a super deep bow, and while still bowed, he's like, Yawari Kochiki, I am son of the daimyo of the Sun Clan. We came with urgent news for the Shogun. We have found some evidence that may
It's
be.
I put a hand in front of you. As before, the information we bring is better said to less ears.
The Shogun is in mourning. Is it truly worth interrupting?
I believe so, yes.
Your I forget the name of it.
Onmyoji?
Oh.
Your Omnioji seemed to believe so. If you send some
And she
downstairs, you might
shivers when you
see.
mention Mr. Creepy.
Yeah.
If you listen closely, you might actually hear how important this is.
The echoes should be reaching
Stop!
out.
No! What?
For the Shogun.
No! I'm with the science team! What are you insane? Stop attacking immediately.
I'm wearing a red shirt!
It's just fucking Half-Life 1
My linens!
scientists. For God's sakes, open the asylum doors! They're coming for us!
That's horrifying.
I hope our neighbors are outside because my window is open.
Oh, God.
Even better.
They've had a whole show, man. Lucky.
Yeah, so
On my wife.
she hears all that and is like really confused and then like motions to like it's that military thing where these people are highly enough trained that just hand gestures are everything they need. Motions to some of the magistrates who deeply bow, draw their swords as they are going down the stairs. And it's like, the three of you with me.
Yes. Of course.
And she leads
He's on his best behavior because he's terrified.
she leads you to the door. She opens it up and it's a dimly lit bedroom, a lavish bedroom. And yeah, there is the Shogun kneeling at the edge of the bed in prayer. And on the bed, it's the Emperor, and he is dead.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Never mind.
Such a tragedy deserves retribution.
Who interrupts my grieving?
My head is like touching the ground. I'm just, like,
We have met before. I am a humble servant, and I wish to bring you news of who did this.
Immediately, the Shogun's eyes meet yours. And they were always this faintly glowing violet before, but they look like tomois at this point. It's what one of the symbols on the dice, the explosive success that looks like the three tadpoles following one another. Their eyes look like that as they look
The
towards
Shinigami eye.
violet instead of red, totally different. Don't steal.
And I have the note still, right?
Yes.
I will hold out the note to him.
let's give him a deep speech about how we're not so different.
And the Shogun actually stands up and approaches and just exudes like an aura almost of like static. Like the hairs on your head raise the closer they get. There's like a charge between the two of you as they take the note and read it.
While
And their
he's
face,
reading, I will say, Commissioner, I forgot the guy's name, I say the name,
Kyosho Sanjo.
and the entire family.
And as they're reading and hear that, their face had been steeled before. That very samurai stoicism, don't show any emotion. And the book always makes reference to when that breaks, it's called unmasking. And you are seeing the shogun unmask. As there's this inhuman, feral rage in their face.
Oh, this is big.
And then just as quickly cut back and then looks to the three of you and is like, how long have you known?
We were on our way to tell you when we found out the news.
Then fate truly does conspire against us that it would happen. Is what they say true? Looking dead at you, Masahiro, with one of those looks that's like, I know you can't lie.
He's actually just been dead-eyed, just staring at the bed.
And the Emperor has been dead long enough that they have turned that deathly, ashy pallor. But they have, they've taken a small towel and put it under the chin to keep the mouth closed, and they've closed the eyes, made him look peaceful.
Kochiki would just and just hit your foot with his foot.
Hand itches just ever so slightly towards the sword. And he'll look finally over, seeing this unmasked thing. He's like, "Is what who say what?" I can't.
What compatriots say true.
Oh, about what he said. Okay. It is because we had just learned about who did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. There is more, though. An ice witch that resides in the city. I believe she had no part in this, but she may try to use it to garner power.
It is my understanding, by my order, that the borders had been closed for just this reason. We cannot trust Gaijin.
Masahiro wants to speak up, but
Masahiro should have kept his mouth shut.
No, it's more of he wants to.
Well, unless you want to roll a
disagree,
new
but
character, I mean, go for it. Let's do this. No, I'm just kidding.
God,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you
Like-
hear in your mind the
think you're a
voice of the
poopy head.
professor says there's a time and a place for everything, and
everything.
disagreeing with the leader of a country in the middle of a national crisis is not the time.
You know what? I was interested in magic. Mr. Shogun, I think you're a poopy head.
I think. I think, and then just.
I'll be back as a mage, everyone.
He'll be back as a commie.
No, just be a yokai.
The Nintai are also guilty of the
I'll
curse
be
that
one
was
of the
on
Ice Queen's
our
little
friend,
bitches.
and therefore you should be very careful. They do not curse you or those you love.
Greater than them have tried. I have fought to protect this empire for thousands of years. I will rule it until my dying breath. And I will burn them all.
Respect.
And then looks to Sasha and says, gather up every member of the Nintai family, every man, every woman, every child, and kill them all. And have the other families watch. This is the price of betrayal. In my empire.
Don't speak.
And even she looks a little like, holy shit, he's asking some pretty dark things.
Boing.
And tries to like speak up, and he just says, "It's done. I said it so." If the three of you have anything else to say it now.
I wish you much success on your hunt.
I have given the information I need to give. Not even gonna say that.
No, Shogun, we will take our leave.
Take care
Long
of
live
this
the
eye
Shogun.
switch.
Don't want. Take care.
We
In my Valentino bag. Take care
will
of this ice
certainly
switch.
try. She is powerful.
Sashihira. Ate them.
Ooh.
And she
Perfect
bows.
magistrate.
And then he just walks past all of you. And then and is like, I can hear the screaming. Someone's already started.
That would be the Omnioji.
He has a
That
surprise
very
for you.
samurai. And then like lifts their arm as the sleeve of their kimono falls down. You see that the veins in their arm are pulsing violet. And the whole air goes still as they grab the space near their arm and pull a katana free from it that crackles with lightning. This ancient looking, in fact, it's not even a katana. I can't remember the name for it, but it's the sword that was used before katanas. They're long cavalry blades, basically. But it's this huge, wicked sword with
Tachi.
Atashi?
Just Tachi.
Yeah, Atachi. So it's Atachi blade with this unnaturally keen edge that never seems to catch any light. There's always just a void of blackness along the edge of it.
I've gotta learn magic.
He's got the dark saber.
As they start stalking down towards the stairs with murderous intent.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Kochiki's Anakin story for sure. I've tasted the dark side. I'm interested. I
You gonna go murder a bunch of children?
want to shoot lightning at my fingertips and wear
Actually-
a dark robe.
You guys could potentially recognize that sword if you gave me like some sort of theology check.
It's what I'm specialized in.
Oh,
What's the difficulty?
Let's say 3.
I'm not
I
skilled
use-
in it. I know government and
I
culture.
use water for survey. Difficulty 3.
Hey, Nagashita got 2 oh, those are opportunities.
Yeah, I got the opportunities, so I don't got it.
Let's see. What are the?
You have an exploding success and you just need 1 more success. Technically you would have it because I allow you to convert 2 opportunities into a success. And I feel like it would make sense to get a lot of strife out of this.
Let's see. Is there any way that I could try
Let's see.
and do
Where's the? You can keep 3.
So I would keep the success, the explosive success, and one of the opportunities.
that? Keep me close.
Fuck it. I'll let you have it anyway because you had a really, really good roll to start. And I am a magnanimous DM.
And I've been
And
in
it
a
would-
temple my whole life under Amaterasu.
It would make sense that you would recognize that this is the Void Blade. According to legend, it is a blade that was wielded by one of the 5 great Neo set in place by Izanagi in order to protect the land. Anything it cuts ceases to be.
Jesus.
It is a The cutting edge leaves nothing. It is a blade of void. It is Zahandu.
If you would have spoken, then you'd be like, "Well, I think that you," and then you just silence, and we turn around, you're just not there, and we hear click.
Oh, no. The
Oh,
parts would still be there, but that wherever
Oh.
it cuts, that part would cease to exist. Anything it touches with the edge ceases to exist.
Yeah, it doesn't cut; it disintegrates.
It still would be funny though. Just I
It
think that
sends straight to the void.
I'm
I'd
sending
have
you
the
to the
ultimate
shadow
click
realm.
after that
I'll
thing.
send I'll send a thin
Shadow
slice
realm.
of you to the shadow realm.
Jimbo?
Oh, I love that cartoon. That brought me joy. All right.
We should leave
Yes.
now.
Yeah, even Sashihiro looks like kind of scared.
And it seems we
So
have
we
a
go
fight
in.
to get to. Should we gather the others?
No, I think we should do this on our own. Yes. No, don't say that in character.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Yes, we should gather everyone.
Where
Everyone
are they?
capable of fighting, looking to Kochiki.
And I'm so sorry. Okay.
Where are your allies?
Ah, shit! They went to an island.
We split in different directions.
I can get you there. If you said that going to that island.
Yeah, I would have been. I'm like, they went towards what was the island called again?
It didn't have a name. It was just a
Oh.
small island to the north of the palace.
The
They went to a
Johotto
small
region.
island to the north of the palace. There's a temple there.
And there was another group, and I can't remember where they went.
They were going to the commission building.
Oh, no.
Shit!
Oh, maybe
We should go to the
warn them
commissioners
that
first. And
It's about to
Yeah,
get
that was the
bloody.
one. That was the one with Azumi and Hiroki and
Oh, no.
Bora.
It's even
Well, at least we
worse.
sent our best fighters there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know what? We can go to the island first.
Yeah.
No, let's go to the commissioner. That way, we'll be
Whichever's
able to pick up
closer.
Amy's character. The
Probably the
commissioner.
commission is closer.
Okay.
But
And we
yeah,
get to kill the commissioner.
you guys tell her
I
that
think-
she's like,
Gotham.
I can get you there if you're willing to keep a secret.
Of course.
Yes.
I'll just
And
not
she-
look.
He glares at Kochiki.
And she actually looks at you, Kochiki, as she starts having you guys follow her towards one of these open balcony gardens, and is like, beware that I could bullseye you through one of your eyes from 1,000 yards if I so wished.
Oh no, I mean, I love secrets. I love to keep secrets. It's my favorite. I would never tell a soul.
And she gets out there, and she draws a small fan of feathers, and then takes the mask and puts it over her face. As there's a transformation, she turns into a Tengu, a black feathered crow person. This like 8-foot tall, massive crow person with feathered wing arms.
Masahiro does not look
taloned
as surprised.
feet. Well,
Feel-
it does surprise you a little bit because the masks do hide their supernaturalness from you. But
Aw.
you might have just automatically assumed after the Oni incident that anyone wearing a mask must be a.
He's probably made that connection. Like these there's masks might be hiding shit, so he's just like, I'm like okay. I've seen a person turn into an Oni. I've seen a demon get summoned. I just saw a dude pull out a mythical blade from his arm that can only apply very, very deadly things. At this point, okay.
I've seen so much today. I am a new man. Take me.
So
Jump
she's
off
gonna
the
fly
edge.
all three of us?
Yeah. She flaps her arms and does take towards the sky and does move to like even offer out her legs for all of you to hold on to. And then this
Yeah.
weird croaking voice is like, it will be a long flight. Ah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking.
Time
You're
to
finally
go
here,
on.
fat ass.
You gotta be like,
FedEx.
hey, FedEx 69, welcome. Hey, you didn't
Oh,
say
you
fat
finally
ass
got
this
it
time.
right. It's because your number, FedEx
Yeah,
69.
FedEx 69. Ah. So I've been watching a lot of ATC versus pilot conversations. I love them. Anyways, yeah, I'll reach up.
I grab her by the claw.
Yeah, you'd think it would be hard for one Birdman thing to hold on to 3 full-grown people, but she clamps her claws down so that you don't drop. And it's a little tight. It hurts a little bit on your hands, but she and you're flying. You're flying. None of you have
Kochiki's
probably ever been
that's about
flying
it.
before.
Nope.
I'm like coughing. The high giraffes are really fucking with my illness. I'm just.
Oh, and you're also flying in the middle of like basically a storm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's probably terrifying.
Yeah, the lightning all around. The rain has gone from a soft mist to pelting rain. Like
Hey, look,
it's a blackout of rain.
that's one of the houses of the Mintai.
You do see in the courtyard what seem to be a lot of people trying to run for the palace gates, and there are two figures in the courtyard that are cutting people down. One, every time they strikes, there's just a violet streak, and then a boom of cavitated air. And there's also a bunch of archers on the walls who have turned around and are firing down into all of these people.
I look
We're
away.
gonna kill an ice queen, and then we'll be the worst door-to-door salesman ever. Just hello, come with me.
And as you guys fly, you start approaching the commission's office, and you see there are soldiers there who do have bows drawn, but they look up and see you and are both confused and horrified as Sashihira drops you guys in the courtyard at the center, and without missing a beat, has that fan in her hand again, waves it out as there's this sound like the air itself hushing, and the nearest soldiers are all struck by lightning.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, we're just killing all of them.
Impressive.
Kochiki tries to land in a superhero landing, but twists his ankle, and his hand hurts, so he just like, ah! Ah!
And she
Masahiro,
looks-
because he has the gracefulness thing, lands gracefully.
She looks back to all of you as she waves a hand over her face again and turns back into her human form and says, "Go find the others. I'm exacting my own revenge for today."
It will be done.
Okay,
Okay.
Yep. got it, no problem.
Time to run in. And once we're far out of earshot of her, look at Masahira. Did you really have to tell him about the witch?
I did. It was our duty.
Also, he's really scary.
Yeah. If he found out later that we were working with her,
Kind of impressive that I knew the magic guy, right? That's hurting my.
ow, ow.
Ah,
You want to be under him, which means you will be a puppet to him. Just like that suit of armor.
I've been a puppet my whole life. I'd like to be a puppet with magic powers.
That's your reasoning for everything, isn't it?
It's all about power.
You know, I feel like that's a good place to stop for now. A little bit shorter of a session, but
We'll pick up Amy next
yeah,
time.
it's a good time to pick up Amy next time. And boy, didn't I tell you things are going to take a wild turn?
Yeah, this is awesome.
We are going to get an ending scene, and is back at the palace with all of these people, some of them trying to fight, most of them just trying to run away, being cut down. We see one soldier with a naginata, so like basically a glaive, a two-handed pole arm, swinging it and trying to fight before this foot just connects with their chest, and they fucking go flying with enough force that their helmet comes flying off as this puppet keeps fighting. And just the Shogun stalking towards people, swinging the sword as this line of everything, like even the air particles, just disappear to nothingness. And that boom, as all of this air rushes in to fill its place, each strike like thunder, just leaving bodies segmented into two, with this just seething hate on their face. And all of these people, to the last, to the ones cowering at the palace gates, are cut down by either them or by loyal soldiers who are firing from the palisades with bows. And Mr. Creepy, the Onmyoji, disconnects everything from their puppet, who just slumps back down, dead pretty much again, and skips over towards the Shogun, who's staring at this monstrosity. And is like, "Isn't it beautiful, my great Shogun? This is what you've been working on this whole time." "Yes, I believed that it was so much better a use of our resources, turning the very enemies of the Empire into its most faithful servants. You have taken my loyal samurai, disloyal samurai, and twisted them into these things." "Such an ugly word, twisted. I would prefer..." "Shh!"
Bye-bye.
Stabbed through the chest.
Damn it.
Yep.
He's like,
If you hadn't told him about the witch, I would have told him about Omni. I would have phrased it like, "Oh, he saved a member of the Grass Clan. He's still alive."
A samurai.
But it's like, I can't play three sides against the middle. I have to only play two.
Unfortunately for Mouse Heroes Samurai, we've got to do our duty.
And as the Onmyoji is like starting to fall off of the blade, the Shogun actually catches him by the shoulder to hold him there and says, "Even at their least loyal, they were samurai. They were not your puppets to twist as you see fit. You are relieved from duty."
Yeah.
And then pulls the blade forth as we see this like completely empty spot where the blade went through. The Onmyoji twisting and contorting as they fall to the ground, just and their body twisting around itself and contorting at unnatural angles. Before that's all that's left is their clothing with one hole through it. And we get a scene of the Shogun with their blade still dripping with blood that disappears whenever it touches the edge of the sword, looking out with the palace in the background with just that anger on their face and a bolt of lightning illuminating behind them, casting everything into shadow. And we cut there. So,
Damn it! My magic!
no! My forward mobility!
Yeah, more like, oh no, our best chance to cure Izumi.
No, we just have
Yeah,
just have him
sure.
use that sword and just touch the curse, and it goes boop.
Yeah, and then her back's gone.
Then her entire back's gone.
It's a little hard to be the abbot without back muscles.
No, we'll just replace it with the turtle shell.
So you just really want to
Cowabunga.
turn Izumi into
Ninja Turtle.
No, into Master Oogway.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Abyss Oogway.
That is bad news. Anyway, we will start getting ready with sign-offs. We're going to go in reverse order this time. which means we are going to start with Sassy McNasty.
I think this is the first time I've been the first person.
Salsa McNasty.
You got me here playing Masahiro, the little goody two shoes, who's like, yes, let's just murder the whole family because they just killed the emperor. Fuck them all. But at the same time, I was like, maybe we shouldn't, do all of them. Maybe not the children, but at the same time, the instant my mouth opens to disagree, I'll be gone. And
Yeah, don't argue with the angry vengeance spirit.
Right. Yeah, you can catch me here Wednesdays no wait, we have Saturday night. Yeah, so you can catch me here tomorrow. Oh my god, I could be up for tomorrow. And for tomorrow in Lands of Iboria as Archibald Harrowfield, the old fox who enjoys a little drinking here and there. And then on Wednesdays is Gideon Sunborn, the strength-based ranger that uses a glaive. And the power of homoerotic moments.
It's beautiful.
Hell yeah, that's this channel's motto, homoeroticism.
And then every other Friday, so next Friday in Yakshas, as Sin, the Yaksha with an AI that definitely was not built to tear down the entire world's banking system. And then that wraps around, yeah.
Next, that leaves it to the one and only Garza.
What up? It's me, Kochiki. I get to show a couple members of my party Kochiki's truest colors. We got to see just how much of a power hungry little bitch boy he is, and it's beautiful. I think it's great. We got to learn some things. I do that on every other Friday. So if you know how every other Fridays work, you know that we did it this Friday. So not next Friday, but the Friday after, I'll be back. Every Wednesday, I'm Flanagan, a tiny little blonde man who's getting some character development. Okay, he's slowly going from little douche canoe to family man. Slowly but surely, he's making his way. It's a good time.
It's just a balloon right now.
I'm just a little falloon, and I'll be having homoerotic moments as often as I can make those happen. A lot of shirtless training sessions with Gideon roaring like a lion. Vibes.
Vibes. Then we go on to the Computer King.
Hey, I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and well, I did a lot of the talking this game because if you leave these two to talking, one's going to give too much information, and the other, wait, they both give too much information. On alternate Fridays, I'm in Yakshas as John Howler Zulu, who drives a big monkey mech, and we're going to go and kill it's not exactly a crime lord, but he's a really bad guy with a horrible OCD. Tomorrow and other Saturdays, I'm in Lands of Ibaria playing Selenius Shade Tree, who's got pale skin that looks like marble, does magic but hasn't done much in front of anybody yet, and talks. So I'm going to be doing a lot of the talking there too. Hopefully other people will talk. And,
Got you.
on
Archibald's a good guy talking.
Mondays, as long as it still lasts, I'm in the Shrikeverse Shardverse, number XXXXY. I'm playing Lollipop, who has a great big brain, a mech that he's going to have to get out of very soon to go through thinner tunnels, and a sun made out of flesh from a android and energy from an ancient magic source. That's weird.
Starstone.
Yeah, pieces of Starstone. And so I'm done. Back to you, GM.
Hi ho, friendolas. It's me, Rowan, otherwise known as Nightheart. Caught me here today running the Immortal War, where we are in the home stretch. We maybe have a couple more sessions where basically we have to kill our darlings, tie up loose ends, and kill our less than darlings. You can also find me here every other Friday where I run Yakshas, where we are also in the home stretch of this season, where they just have to take on an entire NPC. Or not NPC, PMC. An entire private military company in order to
I
stop
was
one
like-
guy.
I like the idea
one
of it
dude
just
named
being that
Bill.
one guy. We just walk in, squish him, and leave.
Hey, what's
I mean,
up?
you don't
How you
know.
guys doing?
I'm just gonna say he's gonna be real fucking annoying when he's in this fight. But yes, an entire PMC, entire private military corporation. They're fighting Schmogner Group. They're fighting Schmack Schmotter. They're fighting, I don't know any other private military corporations other than Blackwater and Wagner. But they're all assholes. Just like the ones in real life. And you can also catch us here, well, me here, on Saturday, where I'm also in Lands of Eo blah blah blah, where I play Telemann Balani, the sorcerer monk who also hasn't done a lot of magic in front of people, but has admitted several times, guys, I'm totally a monster hunter! I kill things! Big things! And everyone's like, sure you do, demon boy. Bitch. On Mondays, I am here in Fire Strike Shard vs. Funny Number, where we are also, once again, in the home stretch. I think this will be potentially the last episode where, yes, there are NPCs that are made out of eyeballs and the power of the Starstone itself. And we're also killing bugs. Rip Clan Nasaravi, though.
All
You can also catch me here on Wednesdays, where I'm in Over the Horizon, where I play Sinel, the catty little bitch snake, who will also have a lot of homoerotic moments. They are the they-them of Mayhem, who just likes to shoot magic bullets at Flanagan because it's funny, and turned him into a balloon, but we don't have any monkeys to throw darts at him, which is sad.
Yeah, it's very
And
sad. I'm very sad about it.
that wraps back here to now, so I think that's it for us here. So if we could all get out here on an RIP, lot of people, we can get out of here.
All right.
R.I.P.
About
a
the
whole lot of
people.
people.